Hello everyone, we are here to present to you our Arduino project video presentation. First of all, I would like you to introduce to you our Group 5 with a group name BroCode, together with my members, Mark Allen Hortilano, Daniel Monteroso, RB Labitad, Maria Risa Milia, and Nikki Zane Canzon.
Project 12 RGB Light Dreamer. This Arduino code control an RGB LED using their potentiometer, one for each which of red, green, and blue. Components of the light in allow to user adjust the intensity of each color, resulting in the bleach of color depending on the settings of the potentiometer.
So the materials we'll be using are leaf Arduino Uno, prototype shield with breadboard, 13 pieces jumper M2M, 3 pieces resistor 220R, 3 pieces 10K potentiometer, and 1 piece 5mm RGB LED.
The VC6 connected to the 5V pin on the Arduino. For power, GND connect to a GND pin on the Arduino for grounding. The R for uh, red control connect to a PWM capable digital pin on the Arduino. D9 the green control connect to another PWM capable pin to D10. The blue control connect to another PW capable pin to D11. Connect the RGB LED. Anode connect the common anode if using a common anode RGB LED to the positive voltage source to 5V. RGB pins connect the cathode of the RGB LED to the corresponding output pins from the AP12 voltage.
And after that, you will see our group preparing for this project. For the code, this Arduino code controls an RGB using 3 potentiometer. Each potentiometer adjusts the intensity of one colors, red, green, and blue. Red pin, green digital pin 9 that assign the color of the RGB LED. We also declare green pin is equal to 10 that assign digital pin for the green color of the RGB LED. For the blue pin, we assign it to digital pin 11 for the blue color of the RGB LED. We also declare integer potentiometer red pin that is equal to 0. Integer path green pin is equal to 1. Integer potentiometer blue pin is equal to 2. That assign the analog pin for the potentiometer. For the setup function, this function runs when the program starts. We declare pin mode, red pin, green pin, and blue pin as an output pin for the LED. We also declare serial begin that initialize serial communication at a bound rate of 9600 for debugging and printing values. For the loop function, we declare integer path red, path green, and path blue is equal to analog read that reads the analog value from the potentiometer 0 to 1023. We also declare map that int val 1, 2, and 3 that read from 0 to 1023 for each color. The values for red, green, and blue are printed to the serial monitor for debugging purposes. Color RGB, VAL1, VAL2, and VAL3 calls the color RGB function to set the RGB LED color based on the map values. For the color RGB function in IntBlue that config the RGB LED using the given red, green, and blue intensity values. We also declare analog write that write the red intensity to the red pin, ensuring within the range of 0 to 255 using constraint. It's the same with the green pin and the blue pin. After that, you will see the final output. And for the challenge, our challenge titled RGB Light Dimmer with Buzzer. This Arduino code integrates control of an RGB LED in a buzzer where the LED red, green, and blue color are components are controlled by the 3 potentiometer. Additionally, when the red component exceeds a set threshold, the buzzer emits an audible alarm.
So for this challenge, the materials we will be using are leaf Arduino Uno, prototype shield with breadboard, 15 pieces jumper M2M, 1 buzzer, 3 pieces resistor 212R, 3 pieces 10K potentiometer, and 1 piece 5mm RGB LED.
RGB LED. The red pin, connect it to the digital pin 9 on the Arduino. And the green pin, connect to digital pin 10 on the Arduino. And the blue pin, connect it to digital pin 11 on the Arduino. Common anode or cathode, depending on the type of RGB LED, common anode or common cathode. Connect the common pin to either 5V for common anode or GND for common cathode. Potentiometer. The potentiometer 1 or red middle pin connect to analog pin 0 on the Arduino. One outer pin connect to GND. The other outer pin connect to 5V. Potentiometer 2 or green middle pin connect to analog pin 1 on the Arduino or path green pin. One outer pin connect to GND and the other outer pin connect to 5V. Potentiometer 3 or blue middle pin connect to analog pin 2 on the Arduino. One outer pin connect to GND and the other outer pin connect to 5V. And the buzzer, positive pin connect to digital pin 8 on the Arduino or buzzer pin. The negative pin connect to GND.
And for the code, this code is Arduino project that controls an RGB LED and a buzzer using potentiometer. So for the definition variable, we declare red pin, green pin, and blue pin. These integers define the digital pin 9, 10, and 11 connected to the RGB LED. The path red pin, path green pin, and path blue pin. These integers define the analog pins 0, 1, and 2 connected to the potentiometer for each color. We also declare buzzer pin that is connected to digital pin 8 that set up the buzzer. We also declare red threshold that set to 200 integer, which is used to determine when to activate the buzzer. For sets the RGB LED in buzzer pin as an output. For the loop function, we declare analog reading that reads the values from the potentiometer to determine the intensity of red, green, and blue colors. We also declare mapping values input as 0 to 1023 to a range suitable for PWM output. A serial output that prints the RGB values to the serial monitor. Color buzzer the threshold, the buzzer is turned on and tone is generated based on a sign calculation. If not, the buzzer is turned off. We also declare color control function, which is the color RGB that takes three integer parameters, which is red, green, and blue, and uses analog write to set the intensity of each color on the RGB LED, ensuring the values are constrained between 0 to 255. After that, you will see the final output.
Mas mamamatay.
That's all. Thank you.